data is finished. So everything just went off suddenly. So I was trying to load data on my phone. Then while I was still trying the Wi-Fi with the laptop, then it suddenly come up again. So I will be more prepared in case it finishes and goes off. I will just swap to my phone. So don't go away. Hare Krishna. So we're
Hare
saying,
Krishna.
yes, Lord Chaitanya also quoted that Yeme Bhakta Jana Pata, Name Bhakta Cha Te Jana. Man Bhaktanam Cha Ye Bhaktas, Teme Bhakta Tamamata. Okay, that's Lord Krishna telling Arjuna that those who are my direct devotees are actually not my devotees, but those who are the devotees of my servants are actually my devotees. So we are saying that the neophytes or canistas, when they come, they just walk straight to the altar and they are seeing the deities, and that's all. They don't recognize the devotees. But actually, the mercy of the Lord comes through the devotees. So it's like technically they have ignored the source of their mercy. So to ignore devotees is to ignore the mercy that the Lord is sending to you. So neophyte devotees always deprive themselves like that. But those who are a bit more advanced, they know that without the devotees, there is no temple. The temple that Lordship means with his servants. So they recognize the devotees, they respect them, they appreciate their services, they do services to them. And that is humility versus pride. The devotee is trained to become humble. Because Lord Chaitanya also said that Trinada Pisuni Sena, to be able to chant the holy name of the Lord constantly, wants to be in a humble frame of mind. And one is a devotee. Okay. So having said that, let us go ahead to see what should be the mood of what should be our mood when we are going to participate in Guru Puja, because this particular lesson is about Guru Puja. What is Guru Puja? That is puja to the Guru, special worship to the Guru. In this case, Srila Prabhupada. Our own Gurus are also there. We do Guru Puja to them also. But technically not in the temple room. But in the temple room every day. Every devotee is participating in Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, because Prabhupada is our preeminent Guru. So what should be our mood when we are going to participate in Guru Puja? I would say we should develop the mood of gratitude, the mood of respect. We should go in a respectful mood. We should go in the mood of gratitude for what all that Srila Prabhupada has been doing for us. And we cannot pay him back. So we were showing appreciation with gratitude, thank you attitude to Srila Prabhupada. So that flavored with respect, then the devotee is in the right attitude. And also, we should be in the attitude and the mood of not desiring anything material apart from the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, the mercy of the Guru. And we should go to do Guru Puja in the mood of seeking Krishna's mercy, Krishna potency through Srila Prabhupada or through the spiritual master. That should be our mood. We are going in the mood of seeking for Krishna's mercy through the spiritual master. But you cannot bypass the spiritual master, so you have to reverentially adore the spiritual master, appreciate what he's doing. From then, that appreciation qualifies you to get Krishna's mercy. Then we should go in the mood of wanting to strengthen our faith in Krishna consciousness. So with that mood, right mood, you enter the temple room for Guru Puja. And what are some of the benefits of regularly doing Guru Puja? Then we said we should read the direct translation of the Guru Puja. Guru Puja translation. We should read it, and each and every devotee should know the meaning of Guru Puja. That song we sing. Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Badamu Isavadana Mate Jara Prasadeva Eva Baturiya Krishna Prapti Oyate Sri Guru Charane Rate Ese Uttamagati Ye Prasade Pure Sava Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Akya Arana Koriya Mane Asa Chakudana Diloje Janme Janme Prabhu Se Dive Gyana Hriday Prakasito Dive Gyana Hriday Prakasito Prema Bhakti Jaite Avidya Vinasayate Vedagaya Jarachari. Okay, so to cut the long matter short, this is the translation. That the lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. So when we do Guru Puja, one of the benefits is that we can attain pure devotional service by the mercy of the Guru. Say, I bow down to the lotus feet with awe and reverence. So this is the mood. You should enter in the mood of awe and reverence to do Guru Puja. That if you do Guru Puja, by His grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. The material world is full of miseries, and the Guru is the expert boatman that can ply this body, that this body, material body, is considered to be a boat. And this boat is in the ocean of material existence. Material existence, this material body is like an ocean of nescience. And this human body is the boat with which to cross the ocean. But crossing an ocean means you need an expert boatman. The spiritual master is the expert boatman. And the scriptures and the devotees are the favorable breezes. Or even the devotees are also, other devotees are also expert boatmen, because they support the spiritual master in helping you to cross over. But the scriptures are the favorable breezes. So when you take shelter of them, by the mercy of the Guru, the expert boatman, you can cross the ocean successfully. Okay, so that is how it works. You cross the ocean by the mercy of the Guru. Okay, then he said, my only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from His lotus mouth. When you do the Guru Puja, you sit down to hear from the Guru. Attachment to the lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. If you are attached to the lotus feet of the Guru, trying to please the Guru, all your desires will be fulfilled. Spiritual desires will be fulfilled, and material desires will be fulfilled. So you have to be very careful the type of desires you are having when you are worshiping the spiritual master, because it will be fulfilled. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. The spiritual master opens our eyes and fill our hearts with transcendental knowledge. So worshiping the Guru or doing Guru Puja, it enables you to, it opens your heart to acquire transcendental knowledge. Is my Lord better at the best? From him, ecstatic prema emanates. Worshipping the lotus feet of the spiritual master gives you ecstatic prema of pure love in the end. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The ignorance of this, I'm thinking of this body, all will be destroyed when one sincerely worship the spiritual master. Okay? By him, ignorance is destroyed. And in this way, yes, ones get a lot of benefits from the spiritual master. The only way to attain pure devotional service, by his grace, we cross over the ocean of material existence, of material sufferings. We obtain the mercy of Krishna. We have our consciousness purified, and we attain all perfections. Then we attain Krishna prema, ecstatic prema.
It depends on.
Also by him, our ignorance is destroyed. So let us do Guru Puja in the proper attitude constantly. If we are in the temple, it's a must. If you are not in the temple, you can play tapes and listen to classes at the end. That there are two very important principles in spiritual life. One of them is attention, and the other one is submission. Attention and submission are two very critically important principles in spiritual life. And what are we to be attentive to? We should be attentive to our spiritual masters. Attentive to spiritual master means we should be attentive to hearing from the spiritual master. We should be attentive to serving the spiritual master. We should be attentive to supporting the spiritual master's projects. We should be attentive to the instructions of the spiritual master. Then,
Yeah.
Who is that? Back to Cedric. You should mute. Mute. Thank you. Then we should be attentive to the deities also. Attentive to the spiritual master, be attentive to the deities. We should be attentive to the scriptures. We should be attentive to Srimad Bhagavatam. We should be attentive to the chanting of the Maha Mantra. We should do all these things attentively. Attentive chanting, attentive deity worship, attentive to scripture, to hearing. We're attentive to all the components of devotional service. Then our spiritual life becomes very easily successful. That means we follow the rules and regulations without any separate endeavor. If we are attentive to the spiritual master, we are attentive to the deities. Attentive to the deities means we cook on time, we wake the deities on time, we are punctual in our service to the deities. That is the meaning of attentiveness. We are punctual and we try to do things right the first time. So if we are punctual to the deities, we are attentive to the deities, we are attentive to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, we are attentive to our japa, chanting of the holy name, your rhymes with your own beat. It's a very, very important component. That's why each and every devotee has his own individual beat, chanting beat. Nobody chants for you, just like nobody goes to pass through for you. If you want to go and pass through, you go and pass through by yourself. If you want to eat, nobody eats for you. You have to eat by yourself. So the chanting is very important, so important in spiritual life that each and every devotee, once you call yourself a devotee, your weapon is the chanting of the holy name. So you have a beat, your individual beat. And it is so respected that when it is time for chanting, you have no obligation to anybody. Even the gurus will not engage you in something else. The gurus themselves are chanting while you are present. All the senior devotees are facing their chanting. That's the most beautiful time where nobody disturb everybody. Everybody is individually focused on chanting his rhymes. Unless, of course, you have some critical services that without them, the next program will be affected. Then you can program yourself to chant attentively for some time. Then you can go and do those services, like cooking in the kitchen and doing services in the altar. Then all other services will wait until after Japa. That's why cleaning comes after Japa. When you close Japa, then you go and do cleaning and you go for the next worship. So chanting is very, very beautiful, most beautiful. Nobody will disturb you. You are alone with the Lord. And you are vibrating, registering your presence, your determination to the Lord, to connect to the Lord. Very, very important. So let us practice attentiveness. Then with attentiveness and submissiveness, it becomes very easy to follow all the regulative principles. Like come and eat garlic. You don't need to make separate endeavor. Come and eat banku. You follow the regulative principles very, very easily if you are able to practice attentiveness. Iswari Mataji, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Though late, but still welcome. Hare Krishna. So we said some very salient things, and we cannot go back to all of them. But we said that you should do Guru Puja. First of all, the Lord appreciates humility. Humility is the watchword of a devotee. Therefore, if you say you are focusing on serving the Lord and you don't have time for the devotees, that means you are doing yourself. You are depriving yourself from getting the blessings of the devotees, without which you cannot advance in Krishna consciousness. You need the blessing of the devotees. But if you ignore devotees, you will deprive yourself of the mercy coming from the devotees. So those who consider themselves servants of the servants, they are actually recognized by Lord Chaitanya as the servants, his own personal servant. Krishna also recognized them as his servants. So let us practice humility. Humility is the watchword of a devotee. And that when entering Guru Puja, when going for Guru Puja, you should go with the mood of respect and gratitude. And also, you should go in the mood of not desiring anything material, because whatever you desire during the time of Guru Puja, it will be fulfilled. And you should go in the mood of seeking Krishna's Shakti or Krishna's potency or Krishna's mercy from the spiritual master, from Srila Prabhupada. And that since the Srila Prabhupada has the attorney to deliver us by his grace, everything will fall in place. That we should go in the mood of strengthening our faith in Guru and Krishna. And then we are connected. Then we say, what are the benefits of doing Guru Puja? We say, okay, the benefits are all outlined in the translation of the Guru Puja song, that we can attain pure devotional service by the mercy of the Guru. So if we worship the Guru well, we are in the path of pure devotional service. He will endow us. And by his grace, we can cross the ocean of material sufferings. So worshiping the Guru enables us to cross over the ocean of material sufferings. And also it enables us to obtain the mercy of Krishna. And worship of the Guru in Guru Puja purifies our consciousness and get us attached to the lotus feet of the Lord. That means it grants us perfection. And it grants us ecstatic prema, or pure love of God, which is the ultimate goal. And the Guru Puja also give us the grace of the Lord, by which all nations are destroyed. All ignorance is destroyed. So in this way, we said we should cultivate two principles, basic principles for advancement in devotional service: attention and submission. That we should be attentive to the spiritual master. Attentive to the spiritual master means be attentive to the instructions of the spiritual master, attentive to personal service to the spiritual master when it's present, and attentive to supporting his projects, and be attentive by following the principles. And if we do that, it will be easy for us to follow all the regulatory principles very well. And we should also be attentive to the deities. That the deities need punctuality when you are worshiping them. That is the most important thing, punctuality. The right thing should be done the right time, with the right consciousness, with the right attentiveness. That we should be attentive to the scriptures, meaning we should study and know the scriptural injunctions, and we should be able to work accordingly, and also to preach to others, clarify their doubts. And also we should be attentive to the chanting of the Maha Mantra. The Maha Mantra is so beautiful that during the chanting, nobody disturbs anybody. Starting from the Guru down to the smallest devotee, we all have our individual japa beats. And with that japa beat, we are chanting, making our connections. Nobody disturbs anybody. Prabhupada is chanting, the Gurus are chanting, senior devotees are chanting. Everybody is using the japa. There are certain things that other people cannot do for you. Just like somebody cannot eat for you if you are hungry. Somebody cannot eat for you. Somebody cannot sleep for you. Somebody cannot, drink water for you. Somebody cannot go to toilet for you. Somebody cannot urinate for you. Somebody cannot do many things for you. And the chanting of the japa houses, nobody can chant for you. You have to chant for yourself. And that respect is given. That's why nobody is engaged when it is japa time, except for altar work and kitchen work, so that we can meet up with time, actuality. So we should be attentive to all the components of devotional service. Hearing backward time. So attentiveness and submission brings about unity and discipline, and that in turn enables us to follow the regulatory principles. So the mood of approach, the mood, of approaching Guru Puja is, in a summary, reverential attitude to the spiritual master. Why? Because it is from the spiritual master that we get our connection to Krishna and devotional service and spiritual life altogether. Okay? So let us take it very seriously. Okay? Spiritual master is very, very important. Now, if we approach Guru Puja in this proper manner, proper attitude, what are we going to get? We already said some, that the translation of the Guru Puja are the benefits. But specifically, we are going to get the mercy of the spiritual master. And how do you know that you are getting the mercy of the spiritual master? Your taste for hearing about Krishna will increase. If you are getting the mercy of the spiritual master, one of the symptoms is that your faith for hearing about Krishna will increase. You become more eager to hear about Krishna. It's called Vasudeva Katarushi. Your faith increases. Faith for hearing about Krishna increases. Then your satisfaction increases. Satisfaction means no too much hankering, no too much lamentation. Because the material world is full of hankering and lamentation, desiring so many things, such that we don't even see the things we have gotten. Or what we see is what we have not gotten. So we are only hankering. And when we lose anything, we lament. So material life is characterized by hankering and lamentation. And when one becomes equiposed towards both, then the person is getting what is called satisfaction. No hankering, no lamentation. Yatin Brahma Buddha, na sushati, na kakshati. Samaha sarvesu bhutesu ma bhaktin lavate para. he becomes equally disposed in happiness and distress, honor and fame and infamy, because he is satisfied. So, for you to know that you are getting the message of the spiritual master is that you are becoming more satisfied. Your satisfaction increases. No anchoring, no lamentation. Then more services. For you to know that you are getting the message of the spiritual master means you are getting more services. And as you are getting the services, the facilities to do those services are also coming along too. Yes, more services, plus the resources and guidance to do those services. Then we become free from anatas. For us to know that we are getting the message of the spiritual master, to the degree we are becoming free from anatas. Anatta means committing offenses. Offenses to the holy name, offenses to the devotees, offenses to the service, and because of the service, we become less and less and less offensive in whatever we do in Krishna consciousness. We become freer from anatas. That means we are getting the message of the spiritual master. And also, to know that we are getting the message of the spiritual master is that our peace of mind increases. The same line with satisfaction, our peace of mind. A peace of mind is stolen away by unfulfilled desires. So our peace of mind increases means our material desires are reduced, and therefore our peace of mind increases correspondingly. And also we develop higher tastes. When we are developing higher tastes, when we are giving up lower tastes, replacing lower tastes with higher tastes, we want to taste Prashadam, only Prashadam alone. We want to hear the holy name more and more, so we want to chant more. During Japa time, we don't joke. We just leave everything, we go and chant. We want to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. We want to participate in Harinam Sankirtan. We want to tell others about Krishna. Our taste for devotional service increases. If our taste is increasing, that means we are getting the mercy of the spiritual master. And the reverse is the case if we are not getting the mercy of the spiritual master. And also we get less obstacles on the part of devotional service. And even if obstacles come, Krishna will grant us the spiritual intelligence to see in everything. The test for Krishna will come as obstacle, and we see that it's a test, and we just pass it careless. And we lose taste in unholy association. To the degree we are losing taste in mundane association or reading mundane literatures, to that degree we should know that we are getting the message of the spiritual master. So all our services become more qualitative. Okay. So, having said that, we moved on to formal worship of gurus. And there are things to read from the student handbook and pranam mantras. After chanting the pranam mantra of the Diksha Guru, all grand disciples and future generations should chant at least the first of Srila Prabhupada's pranam mantras while offering obeisances. Okay? While offering obeisances, we should chant our Guru's pranam and we should chant Prabhupada's pranam in addition. And if we have not gotten a Guru yet, we should chant Srila Prabhupada's mantra. Then offering artik. While performing arati in the temple or at temple-related functions, a pujari may keep a small picture of his or her Diksha Guru on the arati tray or table instead of on the altar, provided the Diksha Guru is an ISKCON approved Guru in good standing. The picture of the Diksha Guru should be smaller in size than the picture of Srila Prabhupada on the altar, and it shall be removed after the art. Then Guru Puja, that the disciple of ISKCON Gurus other than Srila Prabhupada may offer Guru Puja to their Gurus outside of the temple room. The temple should provide facility for these disciples or disciples worship. Then restricted titles. No one in ISKCON will be addressed publicly with the honorific title is Divine Grace, nor be addressed either publicly or privately by his honorific endings in Pada. Srila Prabhupada, after Srila Prabhupada, all the gurus, we address them by their sannyas names. Say His Holiness, His Holiness, His Holiness. We don't use the word Pada again. It was before, but some amendments came and no longer use it. But you may address your guru as Gurudev or Guru Maharaj, but not, the Pada. The Pada should be avoided. But for Prabhupada is there. Welcoming Vaishnavas. Events welcoming Vaishnavas, including those serving as gurus to ISKCON temples, should be modest. For example, offering of a sitting place, offering of prasadam and something to drink, presentation of a gallant, and performance of kirtan. That is enough. Then Vyasa Puja. Vyasa Puja actually is the appearance day of the Guru. And usually it is done once in a year. And during that time, the Vyasa Puja celebration can be done in the temple room, just once in a year. Okay? Once in a year it can be done. But it should be significantly less elaborate than Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja. Okay? So that is one of the points. Then focus on Srila Prabhupada more, and we should introduce newcomers to Srila Prabhupada, or we should introduce Srila Prabhupada to newcomers by referring them to read Srila Prabhupada's books, and also quote Srila Prabhupada when talking with them, and let them know from the onset that Prabhupada is the founder of Acharya, a preeminent Siksha Guru of ISKCON. Then, how should we write our offering to our Guru or to Srila Prabhupada? Because on the Vyasa Puja day, disciples send offering, they write offerings to their gurus. And generally, during Srila Prabhupada Vyasa Puja day, all disciples, all gurus and their disciples are expected to write offerings to Srila Prabhupada. So how do we write our offerings? Because our offerings are written systematically with certain major components, and it should be written in a proper frame of mind. So this is how to write. First, we can express our insignificance or our inabilities, that we are insignificant, we are not anybody. But it is by the mercy of the Guru and Krishna that we are allowed to be in the company of Vaishnavas. So it is by their mercy that we appear to be somebody, that we are insignificant, servant of the servants. That will reflect in our Vyasa Puja. And also we should express gratitude for specific gifts by our Guru. Because of the Guru's association, you are able to avoid certain things, and you have been empowered to do certain services. So you should recount those things, specific and general gifts by the spiritual master, to glorify the spiritual master in that way. And also, we should glorify the guna and lila of the spiritual master. Guna and lila means the qualities of the spiritual master. How is the ocean of mercy? How is very patient, how he's very forgiving, how he's very tolerant, how he has tolerated our shortcomings, and how he's able to carry us along despite our weaknesses and shortcomings. We should glorify the qualities of the spiritual master, and we should also glorify the Lila. Lila means pastimes. So gurus are specifically good at preaching. Srila Prabhupada preached and he wrote many books. We should glorify him for this. He established temples for everybody to come in. We should glorify Srila Prabhupada for this. And also for all the pastimes that our gurus perform that are inspiring. We should be able to recount some of them when we are writing. Then we should also report our services to the Lotus Feet of the Guru, that by mercy you are doing these services, social services, and he has empowered you, and by his grace you are working in the altar as a pujari, or you have been able to do Sankirtan consistently by his mercy, and you are willing to do more because those are activities that are supporting him in his service to Srila Prabhupada. So by his grace, you are able to do specific services. You should talk about those services. Yes, as a matter of accountability. Then you should pray for his mercy so that you'll be able to do more. And you should beg for forgiveness for all your shortcomings and offenses you have been committing in the course of doing devotional service. And you also reaffirm your vows to him. Okay? Then you should also take some commitments. Reaffirm your vows and you take more commitments that you have been doing like this before, but you want to do like this in addition to what you have been doing. That the spiritual master should bless you on this special day so that you'll be able to do that. And also we should request specific benedictions. You can tell the Guru, beg the Guru and Srila Prabhupada that you want to be able to control your anger, so that you'll be able to appreciate the devotees or devotees association more. Understand? You should ask him for specific benediction. To grant you the humility to be able to accept your weaknesses when confronted. He should bless you to be able to do more good distribution, or to be able to speak, to be able to maintain your equilibrium when you are faced with challenges. Give you emotional equilibrium. Like that, you request specific benedictions that will increase your services. I want to grant you so that you can chant more rounds, maybe 24 rounds instead of 16. And you should be able to grant so that you should be able to wake up 3 o'clock every day without any hindrance, so that you can chant more rounds before morning program. You can ask for specific benediction as you want it. Then you express the relationship you want to establish with your Guru or with Srila Prabhupada personally. Okay? So we advise that we should not be lazy in the matter of writing Vyasa Puja. Okay? So that brought us to the end of lesson 8. Lesson 99 is Guru Seva. Ways we can serve our Guru. In what ways can we serve our Gurus? And we say we can serve our Gurus by distributing his books, by strictly following the vows we made in his presence, or we made to him in the presence of the demigods, or we made in front of him in the presence of Vaishnavas and all the demigods, 33 million demigods. Okay? And that we can serve our Guru also by cooking, physically speaking. When the Guru is physically present, by cooking for him, washing his clothes, by helping in his preaching activities, by following his instructions also. We serve our Guru by following his instructions. Okay? Can serve other Vaishnavas also. We can serve the deities in the temple. That is also service to the Guru. By being exemplary, that if we can live exemplary life, the matter of following the regulatory principles and preaching and conducting yourself and remaining equipoised when provoked, you can serve your Guru in this way by being exemplary. You can serve him by hearing his lectures. You can serve him by doing a very strong sadhana. Serve him by giving Lakshmi also to support his projects. You can serve your Guru by supporting his projects with Lakshmi, with donations, as much as possible. Then, in addition to serving the Guru, also, what are some ways we can serve ISKCON as a mission? Because we serve the Guru is in ISKCON. ISKCON is the institution housing all of us. And the Guru is actually in line with the mission of ISKCON. So if you are serving the Guru, you are serving the mission also. But there are some additional services you can do specifically to ISKCON also. So when we are recounting what services you can do to ISKCON, you can see that what we have said about services you can do to the Guru are also included. So first, we can distribute Srila Prabhupada books. We can serve ISKCON by distributing Srila Prabhupada books. We can serve ISKCON by cooperating with other God brothers who are in the services or the purposes of ISKCON, God brothers and sisters. By cooperating with them, we can serve the mission, because by cooperation, the mission will continue to thrive. But by disagreement, there will be dissension. So when we are able to cooperate means we are able to swallow our ego where necessary, so that the overall image of the movement will be protected, or so that we don't give wrong impression to people. So by cooperating, working cooperatively, we are actually serving ISKCON, because we can do bigger things when we cooperate. And also by going out on Harinam Sankirtan, this is a way of serving the mission of ISKCON. Also, if you cannot go on Harinam Sankirtan by yourself directly because of engagement, you can support. When they request that, please, we are going on Harinam at Tema or Tema station. Okay, you can say, I will fuel the vehicle, or I can rent a bus for the devotees to go. Devotees go there. You have rented the bus, you have also participated, and you get your blessing proportionately. Understand? Or you can say, oh, the way the devotees dressing, some of them are not dressing well, I can help to buy some devotees for some devotees to support them when they are going on Harinam. I can buy some nice footwear for devotees so that they will look neat, since they are representing the Lord on Harinam Sankirtan. So if you do those services, you are also participating in Harinam, and you also get your own blessings proportionately. Also, by being a good representative of ISKCON, by doing different services in the temple as given by temple authorities, by counseling, by deity worship, by cooking for deities, by prasadam distribution, like we have Food for Life. We have Food for Life practically once every month here in Accra. But sometimes we are unable to do it because of lack of support. So, okay, I will be giving a bag of rice every month to support Food for Life. That is a good service also. Because Food for Life is started by Srila Prabhupada himself. Food for Life. That is one of his practical way of giving to society. Food for Life. And these projects should be continued. So those who are endeavoring to continue these projects should be encouraged, because it is for all of us best. you are not disposed, some people are taking it upon themselves to do it. You should support them. Say, I will give a gallon of oil. I will give cabbage or vegetables anytime there is food for life. I will give tomatoes anytime there is food for life. I will give, some rice so that they can cook nicely and go and serve the people who are not even devotees, but who are devotees in the making, who are devotees but are forgotten themselves, so that they eat prasadam and gradually Krishna in the form of prashadam will start to awaken their consciousness. That's how to make devotees also. They are devotees, but they are forgotten that they are devotees. So we have obligation to them. And part of the obligation is to go and do Harinam Sankirtan, do food for life, remind them, give them prasadam, so that when they eat, they begin to develop positive attitude towards devotees, and eventually, when Maya strike them from I'm sorry, my internet is unstable. It has gone off and somehow it is back. So we are lucky. I was struggling to see how I can on my phone. So please let us go a little bit fast. So sometimes there is some imbalance in our service to Guru and service to ISKCON as a movement. So service to ISKCON as a movement means administrative authority. So sometimes there used to be some imbalance. The Guru give instruction that can affect the services of a particular devotee, but the Guru is the spiritual authority of the devotee. He has taken responsibility of taking you back home, back to God. So you don't joke with his instructions, but at the same time, you are working in a temple whereby temple authorities are guiding you on your daily performance of devotional service, all for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. So if a guru gives instruction that conflicts with the temple authorities' instruction, like for instance, somebody is a pujari, and we gave the example of if the guru requests all his disciples to come to South Africa for the theatra or Kenya for the theatra, whereas this person is a disciple but is a pujari in the temple, and we lack manpower. So if he says, oh, Guru has given me instruction to come to Kenya for the theatra, I must go. I don't care what happens to the altar. I must go. Guru has given instruction. Then he decided to leave the pujari work and go to Kenya, where he can meet with all other his God brothers. And he has gone there. So what happens? The temple, immediate temple authority will not be happy that he's going there, neglecting his service here. And he will not be happy also that the Guru just gives us instruction without considering his services here in the temple. Whereas we are taking care of his daily devotional service. Guru is somewhere giving instruction without consideration of his services to his temple authority. Then the temple authority becomes angry because the actions are like the services are neglected in the temple. So how do we strike a balance between spiritual authority and temple administrative authorities. So we say, okay, the best is for the disciple to let the guru know that he's doing these services in the temple, and also let the temple authority know that the guru has invited him for this program. And therefore, it's to arrange that the guru will meet with the temple authority. Then the guru and the temple authority will talk. They will create a platform for them to talk. Then whatever they resolve on, they will spell it out for him. Then they will implement. In that way, he's saved from disobeying his guru. He's saved from offending his immediate temple authority. And the denominator is found whereby both temple authority and the guru will be happy in the end. So this will be done. This will be done. And later we are coming to a bigger part of it, because a bigger part of this, because not only spiritual authority and administrative authority, but sometimes there are personal obligations also. There are personal obligations as a devotee. More so when you are a grihasta. You have obligation to your parents, you have obligations to your wife and children, you have obligation to yourself also, in terms of health and provision of, necessities. You have these obligations. So how do you strike a balance when there are conflicting, obligations? How do you strike a balance? You even have obligation to if you are not self-employed, you have obligation to your boss. You have obligation to your colleagues in the workplace. So how do you strike a balance? So these are practical stuffs. You have obligation to do your sadhana. You have obligation to your health and the health of your dependents. Obligation to your family, obligation to guru, obligation to ISKCON. So how do you balance these obligations? So we spelled out Pareto efficiency. In economics, there is what is called allocative efficiency. And allocative efficiency is predicated on Pareto efficiency. So according to Pareto efficiency, allocations should be made in such a way that one person should not be better off and the other person worse off. Our allocation should not make one person happier and another person sad. So to the degree where to the degree that our allocation does not make any other person unhappy, to that degree we are efficient in our allocation. So allocative efficiency or Pareto efficiency dictates that allocation should not be made. It could be allocation of resources, allocation of time. It should not be made in a way that one person is made happy and another person is made sad. So there should be equilibrium. There should be equilibrium. So how do we go about it? We have to harmonize. That is the point. We have to harmonize. Yes. And by harmonizing, to harmonize first, we have to be clear with our roles, our goals, our responsibility, and the time needed for each of these roles and responsibilities. We should know, we should be very clear about what we are supposed to do, our roles in ISKCON, our roles in our various places of work, our roles in the family setup, our responsibilities, and the time needed when. Then we now prioritize, we make a scale of preference as in economics. because all these needs cannot be satisfied at the same time. So we make a scale of preference and we take it according to the one on the top of the list, and we allocate the time also accordingly, so that all will be attended to in such a way that no one will be made happier and another person sad. So that is, we have to harmonize. So for that, we need to make a schedule, weekly schedule, and also learn how to do this harmonization very nicely. Okay. So if we are always operating in the mode of crisis management, that means we don't plan. We are supposed to plan, make a schedule, and follow that schedule accordingly, especially when there are conflicting obligations. Very, very important, because these are practical aspects of it, of this course. So what do we do to bring a balance? Pareto efficiency must be brought into play. Our allocation should be Pareto efficient. Then we say we should read the codes, all the codes in the student handbook, and there are some additional notes. Don't forget, this is a Guru Seva. There are additional notes. Yes. A lot of additional notes. So we should read the additional notes. And then we come to that, say, because of above all, with all these conflicting obligations, our commitment to obligation to our guru or spiritual line of authority is very, very crucial, most crucial. And so that we have to be very careful when a particular instruction is given by the spiritual master. We can never neglect the instructions of the spiritual master. We must carry it out. But when prioritizing, the carrying out might be delayed. Okay, so this is the point we want to bring, that it can be delayed, but it cannot be denied. Now, we say sometimes we are unable to carry out the instructions of the spiritual master immediately. One, sometimes because we lack spiritual strength. Yes, we lack spiritual strength at that particular time, or the circumstances are not favorable to us, as per the immediacy of the other obligations. So, like we gave the example of us, Srila Prabhupada got instructions from his spiritual master to go to the West to preach. Srila Prabhupada was to go to the West to preach. Srila Prabhupada, the spiritual master, gave him that instructions 1922. 1922. But Srila Prabhupada was able to implement this instruction in 1966. He was able to go to the West 1966. 44 years interval. 44. 44 years. So do we say that Prabhupada did not try to implement? Because after 44 years, when he implemented it perfectly. So in between, if circumstances, dictate that you are unable to implement the spiritual instructions given by your guru immediately, you should be planning for it. You should be planning, constantly planning, thinking, meditating on how to implement that instruction. So if your meditation is constant and you are planning for it, Krishna will be following the plan. And at the right time, he will click it for you. You get the chance to do this service very nicely. So the instructions will always remain fresh in your consciousness. And you'll be meditating on it. Then the super soul will provide the right time for you to strike. And that's what Srila Prabhupada did exactly. And he succeeded very, very mystically. Succeeded very nicely. Okay, so that is it. It can be delayed, but it cannot be denied. And there are a lot of quotes. For instance, in this way, say, one must, okay. Oh, this is it's too much. Guru Seva, for instance. He said, Tad Vidi Pranipati na Hari Praslena Seva ya Padeshanti te Genina Satodazina Tad Vidi. Tad Vidi. And Tad Vidi is very, very important here. Tad Vidi. And this Tad Vidi aspect is that just try to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master, inquire for him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because you have learned the truth. Such spiritual masters will be accepted in full surrender, and once you serve the spiritual master like a menial servant without false prestige. Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. That is exactly why when Guru gives instruction and you are unable to implement it immediately, you have to constantly meditate on how to implement it. Then one day, the Guru himself, being the external representative of the Super Soul, will give you guidance, will give you the opportunity to. And when the opportunity comes, since you are alert, you are attentive, you will see it, you have to grab it, implement. Then, if there is no surrender, then it is no advancement. So our movement is that beginning of spiritual life is to surrender. If there is no surrendering, then there is no advancement. Sabadama pariteja mamekam saranam praja. This is the beginning. If that thing is lacking, that means surrender is lacking, there is no beginning even. What to speak of advancement? That is discussed already. Na sidim, na avapnoti, na sukam, na paramgatim. This is the beginning of spiritual life. The word is called disciple. Disciple means who accept discipline. If there is no discipline, where is disciple? So surrender in spiritual life, your spiritual life of bhakti begins with surrender. The difference between bhakti yoga and karma yoga, even if it is niskama karma yoga, is that in bhakti yoga, you surrender before you start doing the activities. When you surrender and you are doing the activities, it is already bhakti yoga. But if you have not surrendered and you are doing the activities and you are surrendering part of the results of your activities, it is niskama karma yoga. It is not just karma yoga, but niskama karma yoga. In sakama karma yoga, what you surrender is little. But in niskama karma yoga, you surrender plenty. The degree of your surrender is higher. But still, it is niskama karma yoga. But the activities you perform after surrendering, activities of bhakti yoga. So surrender first, then all other things follow. Therefore, Krishna says, Savadama paritaja, mamekam saranam praja. Aham twam sarva bhavebhyo, muksa isyami masucha. So, okay, let us just read some more of this, then we quickly go to the next topic. Okay, in this way, the Bhakti ladder strivels up. That means giving up the regulative principles and living according to one's whims is compared to a mad elephant, which by force uproots the Bhakti ladder and breaks it to pieces. In this way, the Bhakti ladder strivels up. Such an offense is especially created when one disobeys the instructions of the spiritual master. This is called Guru Avagya. The devotee must therefore be very careful not to commit offenses against the spiritual master by disobeying his instructions. As soon as one is deviated from the instructions of the spiritual master, the uprooting of bhakti lata begins, and gradually all the leaves dry up. So we should never disobey the orders of the spiritual master at any cost, but we should employ intelligence in trying to execute it. And that is exactly why, if the circumstances are not favorable for us to execute a particular instruction, or if we lack the spiritual strength to execute it at that time, first we take shelter of Balaram to gain more spiritual strength, and also be constantly meditating on how to implement the service. Then Krishna will provide the opportunity in due course. But under no circumstance should one neglect the order of the spiritual master. Because as you see, it is compared to the mad elephant entering a garden. And when a mad elephant enters a garden, the whole garden will be devastated. It said the uprooting process begins. Then the whole bhakti lata will now shrivels and nothing. So we should never disobey the order of the spiritual master at any cost. But we should employ intelligence in executing the order. Be desirous. Then the order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. Now, after being initiated and receiving the orders of the spiritual master, the disciples should unhesitatingly think about the instructions or orders of the spiritual master and should not allow himself to be disturbed by anything else. This is also the verdict of Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, who, while explaining a verse of Bhagavad Gita, Vyavasayat Mika Buddhi Ekeha Kurunandana, Bhagavad Gita as it is 241, points out that the order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. So, in that verse, Vyavasayat Mika Buddhi, it's a one who is resolute in purpose. His aim is one. But one who is irresolute, his intelligence is many branched. Many branched means like the fruit of a bed. So that oneness of purpose, what is the purpose? What is irresolute? When say one who is resolute in his determination, his aim is one. That resolute determination is the determination to implement the order of the spiritual master. That is all. It is not anything else. The resolute determination is the determination to implement the orders of the spiritual master. That is resolute determination. It is with that resolute determination that Srila Prabhupada went to the West. Apart from all the things Srila Prabhupada carried, it is the instructions of the spiritual master that he carried in the heart, was his actual load he carried. And by constantly meditating on it, praying for it to manifest, it manifested eventually. You have brought me here to dance. Please make me dance. Make my way of speaking favorable to their understanding. He took the posture of humility, and he was begging for the Lord to use him as instrument in fulfilling his desire. So that should be our mindset. We should see ourselves as very unfit, insignificant. Then we pray to the mercy for the Guru to bestow his blessing on us, so that we can be used as instruments in his service. So stick to the principle of following the words of the spiritual master. Okay, the disciples shouldn't consider whether it is going back home, back to God. His first business should be to execute the order of the spiritual master. Thus, the disciples should always meditate on the order of the spiritual master, and that is professional meditation. Not only should he meditate upon the order, but he should find out the means by which he can perfectly worship and execute the order. So while waiting to implement, you should be meditating, constantly meditating on how to implement the order. So that is it. I say stick to the principle of following the words of the spiritual master. That if a disciple is very serious to execute the mission of the spiritual master, he immediately associates with the Supreme Personality of Godhead by vani or vam. This is the only secret of success in seeing the Supreme Personality of God. Instead of being eager to see the Lord in some bush of Vrindavan, while at the same time engaging in sense gratification, if one instead sticks to the principle of following the words of the spiritual master, you will see the Supreme Lord without difficulty. When you are helping my missionary activities, that is real association. You write that you have desired to avail of my association. But why do you forget that you are always in association with me? When you are helping my missionary activities, I'm always thinking of you, and you're always thinking of me. That is real association. So we are coming to that also, that carrying out the instructions of the spiritual master is more important, than anything else. If you carry out the instructions of the spiritual master is always there with you. Far better than going to be in the physical presence of the spiritual master. Photo clicking. I am with you as my Guru Maharaj is with me. The spiritual master is present wherever his sincere disciple is trying to serve his instructions. This is possible by the mercy of Krishna. In your attempts to serve me and in all your sincere devotional sentiments, I am with you as my Guru Maharaj is with me. Remember this always. So the Guru is always with the disciple. If the disciple is always thinking of executing the instructions of the spiritual master or implementing the instructions of the spiritual master. Okay, so this is how it goes. First, we must make relevant instructions. Okay? We must make relevant inquiries. So first, what are the qualities of the disciples? Oh, well, where am I? Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Let's come to lesson 10. Lesson 10 is a continuation of lesson 9. And lesson 10 is Guru Vapu and Vani Seva. Guru Vapu and Vani Seva. So here, Vapu means physical body and Vani means instruction. Okay? When the Guru comes physically to a temple, for instance, we all see him, then we serve him, we wash his clothes, we bring fruits, we bring flowers, we bring incense, we clean his room, we arrange his bed, we massage his feet, and all that. This is called Vapu, or physical service to the physical body of the Guru. Then, above that, we have Vani. Vani means instructions, carrying out the order of the spiritual master. Actually, if you are in the physical presence of the spiritual master, and you neglect the instructions of the spiritual master, your physical presence is not better than the physical presence of a mosquito on the lap of a king. We are going to come to that also. The mosquito associates with you, and even a king, very physically, it goes to the lap, but what does it do? To suck the blood. Mosquito come to associate with you physically, simply to suck your blood. So if you are associating with the spiritual master physically, and you are not ready to carry out his instructions, your association is not better than the association of a mosquito. Okay? So advanced devotees, they long to implement the instructions of the spiritual master. And for that, again, we say there's a quotation, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sasrakai, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. The verdict of all revealed scripture is that by even a moment association with a pure devotee, one can attain all success. Don't forget, today we are just summarizing. We have treated all this in details, but we are just summarizing. And the summary is also, we are doing it in a way that is as if, because all the major points, we want you to take note of them. But let me tell you, the questions in the book are they are too simple. They are too simple to my liking. Honestly, let me tell you. The questions are too simple to my liking. And for that, I'm going to add some questions to the ones because they are too simple. I'm going to ask about 6 or 7 questions from these lectures. That's why I'm taking time to make this summary so that you will not say I didn't touch on it. I'm doing it in a way that anyhow I ask the question, you should be able to bring out some answer. And when your answer is close, if your answer is close, we give you good mark. Okay? So please be attentive. After 10, 11, but the rest are just very close. They are just, summary of what have been done already. Okay, so after this verse, we say one day, Nandamuni read this verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that a moment association with a pure devotee can grant all success. I say, what? This is so serious. How do I understand this? So we told the story of how Narada Muni went to Lord Vishnu. I said, after a full I said, my Lord, there's something bothering me. I came across this verse that just a moment association with the pure devotee can grant all success. How is it possible? And then Lord Vishnu said, oh, Sri Narada, that is not a problem. You go to earth, go to a particular village on earth. There is a newborn fish, baby fish. Go and ask him this question. He will give you the answer. He went there. Narada went there because as a Brahma Rishi, he moved with the speed of the mind. He went there and truly the new baby fish was there, newborn baby fish was there. Then he asked him this question. My dear newborn baby fish, Lord Vishnu says, you ask you this question. How is it possible that a moment association with the pure devotee can grant all perfection? How is it possible? Oh, the fish said, oh, it is possible. Immediately answering Narada like that, the fish left the body, died. Narada rushed back in a shock to Vishnu again and said, what is it? I just asked the fish and he said it's possible. As soon as I said it's possible, he left the body. So he said, okay, that is one aspect. Now go back again to earth, to another village. He pointed the village to him. He went there. Said there will be a new baby calf, a calf, newborn calf. Go and ask him this same question. He went there and truly new baby calf was there. And he asked him, say, my dear baby calf, I've been directed by Lord Vishnu to ask you this question. That a moment association with a pure devotee can grant all perfection. How is it possible? The calf said, oh, it is possible. Yes, it is true that a moment association with a pure devotee can grant. Immediately the calf left the body. Boom! Narada went in panic, offering obeisances, breathing hard. Vishnu, what are you engaging me in? Yeah, you're making me to be a killer of what? Oh, what is happening? I asked the fish, he died. I asked the calf, he died. What is it you are doing? I can't understand you. Please help. He said, Narada, calm down. Go back to earth again. He pointed at a particular village. He said, go there, there is a newborn baby. Ask the baby this same question. And come back when you get your answer. So Narada rushed there. And truly there was a newborn baby. He asked the newborn baby, my dear newborn baby, I've been directed by Lord Vishnu to ask you this question. how is it possible that a moment association with a pure devotee can grant all perfection? Say, but please don't die. Don't die, you. I'm asking you this question, don't die. Then the new baby laugh. I say, Narada. Narada. So you can't recognize that I am the same soul who was in the body of the baby fish. I went from the body of the baby fish to that of a calf. You ask me this same question, and immediately I change body. And it is the same me, so you can't recognize me. It is me. They say, anyway, yes, this is possible. And immediately he left the body. Narada went completely flabbergasted. He landed in Vishnu look and said, what is synchronized? Can you understand now? I said, yes. That truly, a moment association with a pure devotee can grant all perfection. That soul attained perfection after associating with you, pure devotee. And it got liberated to the body of a calf. When they associated with him, one moment, he attained liberation from that body. And you went to meet him as a human baby again. And one moment, association, he left his body. Leaving his body means attaining perfection now. He has attained full perfection by your association. Then Narada comes to understand. Wrote it clearly there. Yes, true. So that is it. A moment association that grants all perfection. But that association, while getting the association of great devotees, one thing is needed. We must have the right attitude. When you are associating with pure devotees, you must have the right attitude. When you are associating with Srila Prabhupada, you must have the right attitude. When you are associating with the gurus, you must have the right attitude. If you do not have the right attitude, you will get only side benefits. You will not get the full benefits. Yes. And we give the example of a student. A student may enroll for maybe an engineering course in the university. And a cow or any animal can also be going into the university campus for eating grass. The side benefit of entering the campus is that the animal can get green grass to eat. But it will not become an engineer after 4 or 5 years. The benefit is that it called green grass. But the engineering students will become an engineer after that. So there is the actual benefit and there is side benefit. So if you associate with the guru and the pure devotees with the right attitude, you get the real benefits. But if you associate with improper attitudes, you get only side benefits. Okay? So if we do not associate with great devotees with the right attitudes, what we get is called Ajnana Sukriti. Ajnana Sukriti. And that Ajnana Sukriti, we accumulate pious credits. That is what we get. But if we associate with the right attitude, we get Bhakti Mukti Sukriti. We get the devotional service, the seed of devotional service planted, and the watering process, and ultimately we attain perfection. So we should behave appropriately in the presence of the Guru. Or behaving appropriately in the presence of the Guru will grant us the actual benefits. Okay? So how do we behave appropriately with the Guru? Now in page 50 of the student handbook, page 50 of the student handbook. There are some behaving appropriately in the presence of the guru. We read these ones out in our last class. We are going to read them out again. Okay? Rules of etiquette for a disciple from Hari Bhakti Vilas. Actually, the Vaishnava etiquettes are the ornaments of a devotee. And this Vaishnava etiquette aggregated constitutes the right attitude for associating with a guru. Now let's read this out. Elaborate, they are elaborate, so let's read them out. But be attentive. He should fall down like an uprooted tree, Dandavat, on seeing the spiritual master. So when you see your spiritual master, Dandavat, pranam. Dr. Richard, your mic is on. Thank you for
Okay,
yes. Whatever you are doing behind the closed door, where your picture is, your video is off, we don't care. But once you unmute, we care. You like to stay behind closed door. So someone could be eating a full meal while class is going on. Your teacher is speaking. He's not even drinking water. He's doing all the talking, but you are behind closed door, knuckling full banku with light soup and some things floating inside. Teacher is speaking without even water. I will charge you people after. I'm forming the background to charge you. So any offense is counted. I'm counting. Counting those
How did you know that he's eating bangu?
So once you refuse to on your video, but throughout, you are eating bamboo, you are doing so many things. You are even reading other books while class is going on. So many things are happening. So those who are refusing to on their, we will calculate their time. We multiply the hours they were off, and we come aggregate it and convert it into Lashmi and charge you. So when there are many charges, policemen are charging you with so many things. They say your car engine number is not correct. The engine number is actually there. The engine number is not correct. This is old engine. So for that, I seize your license. Come and see my guy in the office. So those things are happening. So please, don't provoke me to, or don't tempt me to charge you. You should on your video.
Prabhu.
You should
Okay, sir.
on your video, so that we can be seeing you. Otherwise, we charge you at the end of the course. So Dandavat, dear students, we are seeing the presence of His Grace Chitraketu Putra Prabhu. We signed the contract, but he has touched the whole contract to the end, just the last day. He has appeared diplomatically. So me and him will have issues after the class. I'm just thinking you, if you see us currently,
This issue is even beyond the students. They can't even explain it. When me and you are tackling it, they can't even understand it.
So that is it. If you see me and Chitra fighting, don't come and separate us, because we don't know the genesis of our fights. Okay, the Vaishnava etiquettes are the ornaments of a devotee. So every devotee must cultivate Vaishnava etiquettes, because these etiquettes constitute the right attitude to be in the presence of the spiritual master, without which you will get only side benefits, not the real benefits. Okay, so it should fall down like an uprooted tree. When a tree is uprooted by the wind, with all the branches touching the ground. That is how the tree fall down. And if there is any tree on the way, if knock it down also, all of them go lie down. That is how you should offer your obeisances when you see your in Kali Yuga, some people will see the guru and they begin to consider, if I go down now, my duty will stay. This ground will stay my duty. So you go close to the ground, he touch the ground, touch his forehead, he invents his own style. Here we say offer dandavats. Don't minimize, don't edit. Understand? When you see your guru, especially for the first time. In fact, anytime you see your guru, you have to offer obeisances. Though we are not naive that in a preaching mission like this, some places, if you go and offer that kind of obeisances, you attract so much attention that some people can even blaspheme your guru. Why is he receiving this kind of worship? Is he God? Yeah, you might not have the time to explain to them, and they will go on with that suppression. So sometimes we accept certain behaviors, but generally you should offer dandavats. When Guru approaches, he should face him, and when he leaves, he should follow him. He should face him means he should sit down and listen to the Guru speaking to him. And he should not sit on an elevated seat. He should sit on the floor and listen to the Guru, who is sitting on Vyasasan and is speaking to him. That is how it should be. The disciples' seat should always be lower than the Guru's own. And when the Guru is leaving, immediately you carry the Guru's things and follow him from behind. Follow him to the ashram. Guru enter, disciple enter. Go sit down for floor again, looking out to the Guru for more instruction. But when the Guru instructs you, you should be ready to carry out the instruction. If you go too close and the Guru gives you strong instructions and you fail to carry it out, and you don't meditate on carrying it out, and you just put it aside after that, I don't know. It's something else. Okay. He should not leave the spiritual master's presence without asking permission. When he goes like that, go and sit. Don't leave without asking permission. You want to go and say, Gurudev, I want to go and do something. The Guru say, okay, good. There you go. Otherwise, you just stay there. Oh. He should not utter the spiritual master's name inattentively, but always with respect. He should not imitate the gait, activities, or voice of the spiritual master. He should always hold the spiritual master's words in great respect. Though he may be punished by the spiritual master, he should not take it unkindly. Some people, when the spiritual master chastises them, they become very angry too. If you know you are going to be angry when the spiritual master chastises you, don't go too close. That means you are not mature enough. The chastisement of the Guru is for the betterment of the disciple. As much as the chastisement of a father is for the betterment of the child. The child out of us goes, but it is for his betterment. The father loves you and he cannot look at you, let you go spoil without correcting you. Even if it means using cane on you, we use the cane. But that is correction for your greater good. So it takes maturity to receive chastisement from the Guru. Some people leave the old devotional service when they receive chastisement. I mean, they are not mature. He should not bear or hear criticism of the spiritual master, the scriptures, or the Lord, but he should leave the place immediately. When somebody criticizes your spiritual master or blaspheming your spiritual master, they say you should cut off the tongue of the person. You cannot cut off the tongue of the person, you should kill the person. You cannot kill the person, you should defeat the person philosophically. And if you cannot defeat the person philosophically, you should just walk away. So the first two, killing the person, cutting out the tongue, they are not allowed in Kali Yuga. Cannot practice them. But if you can defeat the person philosophically, okay. Otherwise, the best way is to just leave the place. Somebody is criticizing your spiritual master. Don't stand there. You should not step on the spiritual master's garland, bed, shoes, asana, shadow, or table. Don't step on those places. He should not spread his legs before the spiritual master, nor should he yawn, laugh, or make disrespectful noises before him. He should not sit on the asana or bed before the spiritual master. He should not worship others in preference to the spiritual master. He should not give diksha or scriptural explanation or show superiority in front of the guru. He should not give orders to the spiritual master, but always obey him. He should treat the spiritual master with similar respect. He should treat the wife, son, and relatives of the spiritual master as the spiritual master. But he should not clean the body of the son, take his remnant, or wash his feet. So these are some Vaishnava etiquettes. The Vaishnava etiquettes are the ornaments of a devotee. And it is said that these Vaishnava etiquettes, they are like a fence in the garden of Bhakti. And if you are always within that fence, you are actually protected spiritually. Your spiritual life is protected. If you are within the fence of the Vaishnava etiquette, you are protected. And if you go out of the fence, anything that happens to you, and you know, so stay within the fence of the Vaishnava etiquette. Please, please, and please. ISKCON is a big family. Huh?
Can I ask one question here?
You have a question?
Yes, for this place, we should not step on the ritual master's garland, bed, shoes, asana, a shadow, or table.
Yeah.
What about in the case of a devotee? Because I have one experience, like a devotee who has taken initiation, and they went to sit on my sandals at the temple when we were having a Maharaj Bhakti Theatre Maharaj disappearance day. My sandals was just in front of the temple at the corner there. And the devotee who is very mature, I know who is even part of the leaders, he was sitting on my sandals and he was chanting and doing certain things. So I saw him there and I looked at him and still he was there. So when he saw me approaching there, he stood up and he went to sit somewhere and he was looking. But he didn't know that the sandals was for me. So, but when I went there, he said something on the listing. So I had also have to put some mantras to clear that thing. So in this case, like a devotee who has this knowledge that you shouldn't step on a spiritual master's shoe. What about stepping on somebody who also wants to come come and take initiation, or a new fire or a new person sitting on their listing? Does it also have consequences, or is it not good as a
Actually, your voice is in ecstasy. Your voice is in ecstasy. So I heard some of the things, but I didn't hear everything. That somebody was sitting on your shoe.
Yes.
So the question
And
is,
he was chanting mantras on it.
eh?
And I saw him from far. I was watching him, and the person is a devotee.
You were chanting mantra on the shoe.
He was sitting on the shoe and he was chanting mantra.
Is it Japa you were chanting?
Is it Hare Krishna
No,
mantra?
no, he was just reciting some mantras.
And what did your mind tell you at that time?
No, just what came into my mind was like, what is this person doing on this? And later when I got closer, I discerned something on the shoe, and the slippers was very hot. And I discerned something, so I had to also chant some the Maha mantra and some other mantras to clear the system before I went. And when I wear my shoe, he was looking at me. The next Sunday we came in, he was just watching me as if he's very surprised that seeing me at the Jagannath program, moving up and down. When he look at me, as if when he see me, he just fell his eye. When he see me, as if he's shaking. So that Sunday that we came, I said, no, this thing that guy was doing, maybe he was doing something bad. That is why he's seeing me, he's as if he's afraid, he's shocked. He just look at my face, he looks somewhere. He look at my face, he looks somewhere. So I'm asking that if a devotee who has taken initiation, and you know we are new people, we are now learning, and we have seen that we shouldn't step on a spiritual master's standard. And a devotee who knows this is stepping on neophytes and new people sitting on their shoes and standard. Is it an offense or is it okay?
Oh, Prabhuji, Prabhuji, bolo, bolo. Haribo, Prabhuji.
Let me take him from there.
So, anyway, Babaji, once you are a devotee, nobody can do you anything.
Yes.
Yes, so you just focus on remaining a devotee. And you said you chanted my mantra on it also. And maybe pour water on it to neutralize whatever. And they said the person was looking at you suspiciously and I mean with wonder that, this person is able to come to this next program. That means what I did was not effective or what? Or he has the potency to neutralize it or what? All those interpretations, just leave them. Just leave them because Krishna will take charge of everybody. Though it is true that not everybody comes with correct intentions, but nobody can do anything to a devotee successfully. So that is it. It's better not to interpret it. And it's better to leave it for Krishna and let Krishna take charge. Whatever the person's intention, if the intention is not genuine, Krishna knows how to purify that intention and charge that devotee, with the appropriate reaction. So, but generally, devotees don't do all those negative things. That means if it is true that the person was doing something negative, that means the person is not a devotee. He could be Pralambasura, pretending to be a devotee, but not a devotee. Anybody who who tries to harm a devotee is Pralamba now. Because, yes, not everybody comes to temple with genuine intention, actually. You see? But Krishna is watching his matter. Krishna saw Pralambasura when he was entering into the play. But they allowed him to enter. And they play until Balaram, he has to carry Balaram. Balaram knew that this was Pralamba carrying him. But the other cowboy boys did not know. But when he took him to a secluded place with the intention of killing him, Balaram showed him. Balaram sent him out of his body. So, however smart somebody may think he is, he can never be smarter than Krishna. So once you are holding on to Krishna's lotus feet, you are actually transcendentally situated. You are like a child who is in the presence of a very powerful father. The father will take take care. The child doesn't usually care. He doesn't care, he doesn't know anything, but the father takes care. But the father is strong enough. So on the whole, that should be your own attitude, is to give everything to Krishna. And as you say, you chanted some mantra in Kantarasham, that is also good. You have no any mantra, you can chant it and pour water on the shoe if possible. But it's not our practice. It's not the person is not a devotee. If somebody is trying to harm somebody, it's not a devotee.
Yes.
Yes. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Most some people come to table to.
I just don't want to mention it. The person is very recognized in the temple here, in media. The person is very recognized in media. Everybody knows him, and he is a devotee who has taken initiation.
Sometimes somebody can do until it become a.
So when I was reading the etiquette, I said, so the etiquette is saying that nobody should sit on a spiritual master's. Then okay, me, I'm not a spiritual master, but if somebody knows that it is an offense to sit on somebody's shoe, and then you intentionally sit on somebody's sandal in front of the temple, on the steps there, it was there, you just intentionally sit on it, and you were chanting mantras. At that time, we were just at the His Holiness Bhakti Theatre place. That's when we were doing the disappearance system. And then something just bumped me. Then I just raised my hand, I looked back, then I saw that he was sitting there and he was doing some mantra. I said, how can you sit on somebody's sandal and be chanting and doing? You see, if sometimes if it's like, though I've been in the service for some time, if I were to be a new person or something, it would look very strange. Even that time, I have not read this etiquette, but it was very strange to me that how can somebody sit on somebody? There is a chair, you want to sit down. Or you can sit in the sandals that people put in front of the table.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Chitraketu Prabhu wants to say something.
Yes.
To this.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. That is what His Grace Chaitanya Prema Prabhu is telling you. A devotee should always keep a positive attitude. Let's take it from different angles, right? What if the devotee was also suffering, right? Even though somebody might be tagged that maybe this person is usually bad, but what if that day he's taking shelter of your slippers? Maybe he's in a situation whereby he has to sit. So even if the person kept on looking at you, it might also be that he felt sorry that to have done that, and he felt also ashamed that he cannot even approach you to even say sorry. Sometimes it happens to people. People have different nature. Our duty is to keep a good attitude, because to also take a bad offense or to take something, a bad perception for somebody, maybe it is not so. You also take an offense, serious offense, Krishna can punish you also. We have similar instances in the scriptures. Even this morning, we read one when Lord Chaitanya's associate was taking offense, thinking one devotee, a great devotee, Pundarika Vidyanidhi, who was so engrossed with material things, but he was a pure devotee. And he later realized that he was cautioned by Mukunda. Then Mukunda, later he discovered that what he was thinking was wrong. He has to beg Lord Chaitanya, because he's a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. He knows that Lord Chaitanya is thinking in the heart. He knows what goes on everybody. So for him thinking offensive, wrong for Pundanika and Vidyanidhi was a great offense. This is what we read in this morning in our Lord Chaitanya. We have presiding days, Goranita, Lord Chaitanya. So we mostly read and how to be a devotee. So a devotee's attitude, take it like the devotee needed help to sit. So you should be kind. you should don't always put their perception that because this person is bad, it is this. Just take it like, oh, my slippers, this person needed this. Prabhu, did you need these slippers? Can I give it to you? Do you want to take it like that? Always take your mind. Tell the person, can you take it if you like? The best way was to even give the slippers to him, even when you were thinking of something. Can you take it? I'll buy a new one. Whatever he has, Krishna will reward. But you also go on. The danger thing is to take the good to be wrong. Maybe. So for you to be in a safer side, always, even if somebody is planning bad, or you think, for you not to, because we are not a Paramatma, we can't read better. We are not gurus, or we are not advanced souls like His Grace Chaitanya Prema Prabhu, Shivas Vanachari. We are not advanced souls. So they can realize something. So we, to be in a safer side, we simply think maybe this devotee needed these slippers to aid him in something. Maybe he's chanting to even save himself, maybe from a situation. So that you don't become an offender in the first of, because before Krishna. Because when it is what you are thinking is wrong, it is not so. You rather take offense and Krishna punishes you. But when you put yourself in a positive one, okay, I don't think he's doing something. If he's doing something, then Krishna will take care of it, as His Grace Chaitanya Prema Prabhu is there. So always, even when you are coming around, of course, as he said, not everybody coming to the temple has a good attitude or a good mind. We don't know, but we are not the best to know. But to keep yourself as a neophyte and as a devotee who want to advance, always keep that positive attitude, even when somebody is giving a negative attitude, because we are not the best knower. Krishna knows best, right? So be on this safe side. Forget what people think about it. See, I don't know you. There are people who might know you in your community. People might tag you by a particular attitude that they think that this person. But for you, when it comes to me, you might not show me that attitude. You might be very good to me, right? Which, because you have not shown me, I'll never take you for anything. What people will say, I'll not mind, because you have not brought that attitude to me. And in your heart, you know that you don't want to bring that attitude to me because I don't deserve that particular attitude. So I can come to your community, people can say anything about you, but that attitude, you never treat me with that, but you treat other people with that. And that will not make me take you bad because people are saying you are bad. So we always have to be in a good attitude, also have a good perception, even if the wrongdoer. That's why it is said that even if somebody is doing you bad, return him with goodness. If possible, give him the slippers back. Prabhu, do you need it? Do you want it? Are you in need of it? Do you need it? Maybe he wants to sit on something. Somebody might even want to ease himself. And thinking that the shoe was hot, it is natural that our body is warm. When you sit on, even in a place for a long time, that place becomes hot. So it is natural that your shoe will become warm, right? So don't think like he did something on it, that's right. But he felt sorry. Me, that is what I am thinking. He felt sorry that, oh, I sat on this place for even the owner to come and see me. And I'm sorry. And the next time he even see you, he maybe in his heart, he's thinking, let me approach him. But at the same time, he's shy to even. So it is making him look at you for a long time. Don't take it like that. Take it in different angles and stay in the positive one, and Krishna will bless you. And with this, Krishna will save you from any situation. But if you stay in the wrong one, which is wrong, which might not be so, you become rather the offensive. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, is that taken? Prabhu's.
Yes, okay, Babu. Thank you.
Yeah, let's always maintain positive attitudes. Krishna knows best. He knows how to protect us. But at the same time, it's not by accident that you're able to see that action too. So you have to be sensitive also. Maybe when else you come, you keep your shoe somewhere in some corner. Sometimes, actually, if you keep your shoe in the front directly, many people step on it. Many people step on it. They don't want somebody to step on their shoe, but they will use that their own shoe to step on another person's shoe and dirty it very seriously. And the other shoe might be even superior.
Yes.
By calculation, but they just match it very carelessly. So maybe the next time you put in the corner side where sometimes when my boy will come with his shoes, I used to remove it and go and keep it in somewhere inside the office.
Mhm.
Yes, because not everybody coming is with good intentions. Some children are coming there to steal and all that.
Yes,
Also. So I have to protect it like that. So let us maintain positive attitude, but be careful because not everybody comes with genuine intention.
yes,
Keep
yes,
doing it well.
yes.
It's true. So, but nobody can do anything to a devotee.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
God is in charge. Okay. So 2 ways to remain safe. First, before we go into that, whatever attitude you have towards your guru, please extend that same attitude to your guru's god brothers. Very, very important. And when we say don't step on guru's shoe or his bed, or we are actually telling the disciple to be attentive and to extend the respect they have for the guru to everything that is connected to the guru. Understand? You can't say you are respecting the guru and you step on his shoe or you step on his bed. You say because you are putting cotton, you step on guru's bed with your dirty feet. Your feet that you use to match all the dirty things. To step on sacred things. You electrocute yourself spiritually. You attract bad energy when you do that. So, and also it's the disrespect. The devotees should be respectful always to the guru and anything connected to the guru. Sometimes disrespectful devotees can even wear guru's clothes. Guru gives you clothes to go and wash. You test it by wearing it on your body. Or lie down on guru's bed sheets. Use guru's bed sheets. So some very, very offensive attitudes to careless, inattentive people. So let us be careful. We should be in the right attitude when we are in the presence of the guru, and we should extend that same attitude to the guru's god brothers and to our other senior Vaishnavas. Then 2 ways to remain safe in our spiritual life. And we have already said it. The Vaishnava etiquettes are like a fence. We should remain within the fence. We should act according to the Vaishnava etiquettes. Okay, these ones are much more. Then again, if we do that, we find it very easy to follow the rules and regulations in ISKCON, our vows. And also, too, we should always inform superiors, Sikshas and Dikshas Guru, on all important decisions we want to take in our lives. Yes, any important decision you want to take in your life, both spiritual and material, inform your guru. And if the guru is not physically there, inform some senior Vaishnavas so that they can grant you permission. You see, they grant you their permission, their blessings, and their guidance. You are telling the guru for him to grant his permission, his blessings, and his guidance. So it is very important. If we want to do any major thing in our life, spiritual or material, we should inform our spiritual master so that we can get his permission, can get his blessings, and we can get his guidance. If you do that, anything you are doing becomes spiritualized. If you get the mercy, permission, and blessing and guidance from the guru, that thing becomes spiritualized. The guru infuses spiritual energy into the whole thing. But if you don't tell the guru and you go and take some decision, you think guru will not approve it, so you don't need to tell him, you go and take, then you are actually on your own. It becomes karma for you. When you fail to seek permission from the guru, that activity becomes karma. That when you seek permission, guidance, and blessings, the thing becomes spiritual. So these are the 2 things. either act individually and face the karma, or seek permission from your guru, permission, blessing, and guidance from your guru, and spiritualize that activity. In a nutshell, we should always observe the Vaishnava etiquettes because they are the ornaments of a devotee, and we should always let the spiritual master, Diksha and Siksha, Diksha and or Siksha, know about our whereabouts and our whatabouts. Where are we? And what are we about to do? Let them know. That will always protect us. Okay? And when the activities are sanctioned, they become spiritualized. Next topic is Vani Seva. Vani Seva means Pranipata. Pranipata means no challenging spirits. And Pariprasna. Pariprasna. Pranipata, Pariprasna. Pariprasna means relevant inquiries. Okay? So, Vani Seva means carrying out the instructions of the spiritual master. Yes. Carrying out the instructions of the spiritual master. And what are the qualities of a disciple to serve the guru and please him? What are the qualities of a disciple? Or what qualities do disciples need in order to be able to serve the guru and please him? What are the qualities a disciple needs to serve the guru and please him? What are the qualities?
The quality is to be submissive. You should always be submissive. That's what even Krishna speaks about. The first thing, and serve. You're always ready to serve. That's what Krishna talks about 434, as you quoted earlier in your teachings today, 434 Bhagavad Gita. It should be, that's the first quality. Should be humble, submissive, not challenging, as you said, no challenging spirits. Yes, those are some of the qualities. And we should be always ready to serve, like a soldier.
Yes, we should develop service attitudes. We should be submissive. We should be self-controlled, and we should be serious. That means ready to live by the truth. We should be obedient. We should be humble. We should be determined. Okay? So,
Okay, sir.
yes, and we should be ready to inquire from the guru. Inquiry and guidance. When we inquire from the guru, why do we inquire? If we inquire from the guru, what benefit does it bring to us? And what are we seeking for from the guru when we are making inquiry? We want guru to validate.
Yes.
We want him to validate whatever we are thinking. We want him to optimize. When you validate, you optimize, and the guru will help to navigate deeper.
Yes.
So to validate, optimize, and navigate our spiritual life with the help of our spiritual master. That is why we are making inquiries to validate, optimize, and navigate our spiritual life.
Yes.
So then enthusiasm, very important. Enthusiasm is the life. That means giving life to whatever we are doing. We should be enthusiastic to implement instructions given by the guru. So asking the guru for something, asking the guru to validate what we are thinking. That is third vidhi. We are dedicated to learning and hearing and learning the truth and to be able to implement it. And in this way, we practice self-control also, and that means we are ready to act out of our comfort zone because the guru's instructions are not always within our comfort zone. Because if we are asking the guru for something, if we are inquiring from the guru, we should not expect to hear what will please us always. because the Guru will take us out of our comfort zone and tell us something that will take us to the stress zone. So if you are not ready to go to the stress zone, then you are not ready to make advancement. Don't expect the Guru to pamper you. The Guru will tell you what exactly will push you forward to the next zone. Okay, so very important. We should be ready to implement, because there's no question of inquiring when you are not ready to carry out the instructions given by the Guru. Then don't inquire. That means you are not ready. Okay, then we say also that our inquiries must be relevant. We must make relevant inquiries. We say third VD planning party now. Just try to learn the truth by approaching the bona fide spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively. We are saying that that inquiry must be relevant. Relevant inquiry, what does it mean? Devotional service is in stages. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're an African, American, Indian, tall or short, black or white. There are 9 processes, 9 stages of devotional service. And relevant inquiry means you are inquiring based on the stage you are. Srada to Sadhu Sangha to Bhajana Kriya to Anata Nivriti to Nista to Ruchi to Asakti to Bhava and to Prema. What stage are you? What stage do you think you are? Then ask the questions accordingly, because Strada means faith. The beginning stage, when you meet people, they give you a book and they try to help to build your faith. Then that brings you to closer to wanting to associate with these people. So you come to the temple for Sadhu Sangha. Then from Sadhu Sangha, by associating with devotees, you get more purification at the point you want to take initiation. So the point you are in is Anata Nivriti. Oh, no, Bhajana Kriya, not Anata Nivriti.
Yes.
This is called Disciple Course. Those who are about to take initiation, those who have just taken initiation, they are on the stage of Bhajana Kriya.
Yes.
So let your questions to your Guru be around, let it revolve around that area. How do I become a better disciple? What are the benefits of becoming a disciple? What are the benefits of making, submitting whatever we are doing to the Guru? Why should we do that? How do we do it? So that your question will be relevant to your stage, just like a child in the school. Primary school, primary 1, there are things that are relevant to primary 1. There are things that are relevant to primary 3. There are those subjects that are relevant to primary 5. So you teach. A good teacher will teach according to the level of the student. You see? And the students will ask questions based on his level. You should not go and ask a primary 6 question when they are in primary 1 or primary 2. So that the questions will be relevant, so you'll be able to implement the answers. So there was a case of somebody who asked La Prabhupada, say, are there mosquitoes in the spiritual world? Are there mosquitoes in the spiritual world? La Prabhupada said, even if there are mosquitoes, they are chanting Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Then somebody asked La Prabhupada, what is the relationship between Balaram and Radharani?
Between Prahlad Maharaj.
What is the relationship between Balaram and Srimati Radharani?
Hey.
The Prabhupada look at him, he said, leave that first. When you get there,
You understand?
So, you don't waste time with people like that.
Yes.
Let them know that that is not your level. So leave. How can we, once you are in ecstatic love of God, how do you feel? But they say, when you are unable to chant properly here, you are going to ask about Prema and Bhava.
Yes.
You just want to waste your time. So wait first. Ask questions on this, how to follow properly. Then later all the rest will be revealed unto you. You see? those who ask those questions, those kind of questions, those are some of the questions that made some of Prabhupada disciples to go to Narayana Maharaj temple. They are dislocated up till now. Up till now, they are still dislocated. They went out of the Prabhupada structure, thinking Prabhupada did not give everything, and they want to hear everything. Instead
Yes.
of practicing and realizing those everything, they want to just hear it and theoretically begin to practice it. Sentimental. And they went out till now, they are dislocated. They want to relocate, but they don't have the required humility. They are not getting the nectar there. They get the title, but no nectar. They want to come back to ISKCON to be relevant, but they cannot, because we know that they are dislocated from the structure. There is a structure set by Srila Prabhupada as the founder Acharya. You have to function within the structure. But you have gone out, either out of impatience or selfishness or, indiscipline. You wanted title without qualification. So you won't get the title, but you are still like a ghost. You cannot perform there if you are dislocated from ISKCON, and you are looking for some innocent people to influence. You want to make devotees out of the Prabhupada disciples instead of going to the material world to make devotees.
Yes.
Go to the material world. The fishes are there in the ocean. Many. Go there and cast your net. But they are coming to cast net in ISKCON. Any disgruntled devotee, if a devotee is going to identify him and pick him, and they promise him everything. I will take you to America, take you to UK, I will open business for you. Just luring them. And they follow them and they go, and once they cross over, they just march them off. The cheater is cheated.
Yes, the cheater is cheated.
Yes. So let us be careful to respect proper structure and act within. Okay. So that is a relevant inquiry. And we want to say, when going to hear from the spiritual master, we must be eager to hear from him. And that eagerness is called Vani. Eagerness to hear from the spiritual master and carry out his instruction is called Vani Seva. We hear from him and we carry out the instruction. And when we hear from him, we don't just hear. When we hear from the spiritual master, we don't just hear and leave. We have to meditate on what we hear. Okay? Eagerness to hear is called Shravana Das. But higher than that, when we begin to ponder on what we hear, meditate on what we hear, for it to become clearer to us, that is called Manana Dasa. The mind is involved in contemplating on what you have heard. Then, after that, you meditate on it to the extent that you want to put it into practice. That is the next stage. You see? We want to put it into practice. And when this meditation when the practice becomes regulated activities or continuous meditation, it turns into realization. It turns into realization. Intense meditation brings about realization and graduates into realization. And that realization will now help us to feel the presence of Krishna, see the presence of Krishna in every situation. Therefore, we say it is not how much we eat, but it is how much we can digest. It is not how much we hear, but it is how much we can implement when hearing from the Guru. So when we are going to hear from the Guru, we should go to hear in the mood that we want to implement what we have heard. Okay? So in that way, we realize and theoretical service turns into is realized equivalence. and that is advancements. Okay, having said this much, we said we are not actually giving classes today, but we are keeping long on these topics. We are only making summary, internal summary, and we want to go to lesson 11. Today we're going to end it all. Lesson 11. Lesson 11 is a very difficult subject matter. We don't want it, but it is like a situation is like this. You want to enter a plane, you want to travel to US, UK, or anywhere by plane. Then as soon as the plane takes off, the plane attendants begin to explain certain things to you, certain etiquettes to you, where to locate your emergency jacket, or where you can locate parachute, how to use it. They're demonstrating it. They are not expecting a plane crash, but in case the unfortunate happens, how do you save yourself? So Guru Tyaga, or renouncing one's guru, is not a subject matter that is desirable. It's undesirable subject matter, but at the same time, as devotees, we need to hear, so that just like we are learning how to play safe in a plane, in case it happens that your guru develops some kind of qualities or start doing certain things, how do you renounce the guru? So it's not a sweet subject matter, but we need to discuss it. We cannot close our eyes like ostrich. So that is it. Guru Tyaga means renouncing one's guru. And we have been warned again and again that we cannot renounce our guru once we take initiation. That's exactly why we take time to do this disciple course, so that you can take responsibility, choose your own spiritual master. Don't allow somebody to choose spiritual master for you. You choose your own spiritual master, so that you'll be ready to implement, to carry out his instructions, and never try to renounce him when he's still in good standing. You see, but we say, Guru api avaliptasya karyam ajanataha upata pratipanasya parityago vidyate. If the guru becomes attached to sense gratification, loses his sense of duty, and follows a degraded path, a path other than devotional service of the Lord, it should be rejected. And according to revealed scriptures, a teacher or spiritual master is liable to be rejected if he proves himself unworthy of the position of a guru or spiritual master. And these are the things. If he becomes attached to sense gratification, he loses his sense of duty and begin to follow degraded paths, a path other than devotional service to the Lord, it should be rejected. And in the history, Vaishnava history, we saw Bali Maharaj rejected his spiritual master because the spiritual master saw that Vamana Dev wanted to take everything from him, and he wanted to protect those material things for him. So he said, Bali, don't give him the 3 steps of land. Don't give him the 3 steps of land. And Bali Maharaj said, I will give him. He's the Lord of the universe. If you want to take back from me, I will give him everything. After all, he's the owner of everything. So he renounced the spiritual master. And Bali Maharaj suffered the chastisement, but that chastisement is a blessing in disguise. And he got very close association with his spiritual master. And Ramanuja Acharya also rejected his guru, Yadava Prakash. Yes. And Yadava Prakash was preaching in personalism, Mayavadism. So Ramanuja Acharya challenged him, defeated him, and he said, I don't want such a disciple. You go away. Ramanuja said, I don't want such a guru also. So he left. So these are two instances in our line of guru rejection. So the question is, how do we, if it happens, because initially certain things happened, and that brought about this kind of topic, guru rejection. Srila Prabhupada, some of the gurus he established, they fell down. There are cases of some devotees who took initiation from one guru. The guru had problem. He took initiation from second guru. The guru had problem. He took initiation from third guru. The third guru also had problem. So the question here is, how does ISKCON protect disciples in case of a guru who proves himself unworthy?
This is serious, though.
Yes.
On 3 occasions. Wow.
3 occasions. And the person became actually faithless in gurus. And is a devotee and ready to be a devotee, but all the 3 gurus he took got problem. Some left ISKCON, one break principles with some disciples. There's some things that are unacceptable. So this person was faithless until some other gurus started encouraging. In Brazil, there were some devotees like that. And our Holiness Bhaktivedanta Damodara Maharaj went there. And it was a pitiable situation. And these devotees come to confide in him. And he started preaching to them until they regained their faith. And they had to accept another guru again. And now they are still on track by his grace. The grace coming through the gurus. So, how does ISKCON protect such disciples? Because ISKCON is a big family anyway. The guru is actually the person who connected someone officially, who connects the disciple officially to ISKCON. But it's a big family. It's a family bigger than just the guru. The guru has god brothers, and the guru has a lot of uncles also. And the big family with senior devotees, all are there. It's a global family. And that is why we say we should always have respect for all the gurus. Not only your guru, you have to have respect for all other gurus and have respect for all senior devotees, because it is by their grace that you can stay within this movement, if in case anything happens. So other gurus that are in good standing can give shelter to these disciples. That arrangement is there in ISKCON, to protect the disciples of a guru who deviates. There are gurus in good standing that have the right to reinitiate such disciples, and it's a provision by ISKCON. Then there is GBC. Yes, GBC, devotee care arrangements to protect such disciples. Sorry. GBC has arrangements, and there's a branch of it, devotees care, and they give counseling to such devotees to let them know that actually this is we are all disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and that is also why devotees are expected to have strong connection with Srila Prabhupada from the onset. That even our gurus, they are also disciples of Srila Prabhupada and grand disciples of Srila Prabhupada. So if we have a strong connection with Srila Prabhupada from the beginning of our devotional service, then, of course, we will not feel at a loss. We always feel connected because Srila Prabhupada's instructions are always there. We should study Srila Prabhupada books more when such things happen, and provisions will be made. The ISKCON is always highlighting the position of Srila Prabhupada so that disciples of that guru can continue to take shiksha from Srila Prabhupada. So this is the arrangement of ISCON. Then ISCON offers the facility for reinitiation. So reinitiation facility is there. If in case such things happen, you take time to observe some other gurus who are in good standing, then take reinitiation from them. Okay? And we gave the example of a socket. If your phones are down, your gadgets are down, you plug it to the sockets and you can recharge, charge your phone full. In fact, we advise that there will be light out tomorrow. I heard it from somebody that there will be light out tomorrow. So this night, charge all your phones. Throughout tomorrow, there will be light out. So charge your phones to the fullest. Please, this is in Ghana news. Charge your phones to the fullest, but there will be light out tomorrow. Okay? So
Yeah.
if a socket is spoiled, what do? Your phones need to be charged. So you plug out, then you look for a socket that is functioning and you plug in there, plug out and plug in. When you plug into the two sockets, your phones will be charged and you'll be connected. Okay? So that is the principle of reinitiation. And it's approved. So ISCON is a big family, and the God brothers of your guru, who are also gurus, can give you shelter in case the unfortunate happens. And there are some procedures for lodging complaint, serious procedures. They are all there in the student handbook. And if you go to the appendix, you are also going to get a lot of points there on how to so let us list some points that ways a disciple can continue: by hearing Srila Prabhupada's Vani, by continuously reading Srila Prabhupada books, continuing his service to the Paramparam unconditionally, and to continue to follow his vows. Always try to remember that Srila Prabhupada is our preeminent Siksha Guru. And there are some codes there, additional codes also you can read to solidify your situation. Reinitiation. Okay, reinitiation. We always try to remember. Okay, so that is that. 12, we have already overstayed, but 12 and 13 are short, they're not very long. So we can just summarize and round up. We give ourselves some 15 minutes more, then we can just round up everything. Okay. Lesson 12.
I have a question.
Okay.
Just around this thing. Is it always let's say mandatory or forced that after, let's say, one renouncing his guru to take another initiation, can one connect to Prabhupada and still continue his devotional service once the person knows maybe is wayward? Like, yes, a person is a learned and advanced devotee, like on himself. Can the person continue recite Prabhupada's mantras and continue like that? Or is it always a must that once one renounces his guru, that's Guru Tiaga, he has to accept another guru?
Yeah, you have to accept another guru because already the spiritual master is the super soul. Original spiritual master, super soul, is talking to us, but we are not hearing. We can't hear because of insufficient purification.
Okay.
Therefore, the same super soul has manifested externally as the spiritual master. It is the same super soul who manifests as the scriptures, the same super soul who manifests as the 9 processes of bhakti, the same super soul who manifests as the Guru Param, the same super soul who is manifesting as the chanting of the holy name, and the same super soul who is manifesting even as Prasada. So that we can take advantage. And the living spiritual master is very important, because we need to, I say, validate. We need to confirm what the super soul is saying. We need to validate, so that we can go deeper and also navigate deeper, so that what the super soul is saying is being confirmed externally. We need to observe somebody who is practicing, so that we can also see how he does things. So that's the Guru. That's why the Gurus are acting exemplarily. They are chanting 16 rounds, even though they are already pure devotees. They are chanting for us to follow, to let us know that this process is followable. And it is your humility to want to take such a spiritual master for more guidance. And it becomes pride when you fail or refuse to take another person who is a living spiritual master. Understand? So we need to observe how the spiritual master does his things. And he will do it for us to see, so that what they are telling us to do is possible. So you have somebody you can also confide in when you have challenges. And that becomes the spiritual master. Confide in him, he guides you. We need the guidance of the spiritual master. We need it to permit activities we want to do, just as we were saying. When you tell the spiritual master what you want to do, and as you seek permission, and he gives you the permission, his blessings and guidance, you will succeed. Otherwise, you act alone, then you face the challenge of acting individually. That means you carry karma. Your activities become karma. You attract karma when it is not blessed and permitted by superior authority. You see? So it's very, very important that we take reinitiation. Very important. Very important. We need to observe somebody who is doing this thing perfect. And that is the defeat point for the Ritwik. The Ritwiks were trying to say that since our God brothers are falling, initially when they wanted to, we were all God brothers together. But later, as Prabhupada gave initiation to them, made them guru. So right from the onset, they started envying them. They started envying them and projecting all this envy. It also compounded into some of them having challenges. Didn't you see? We said it. No one is qualified to become a guru. Only Srila Prabhupada. So
Yes.
we can initiate on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. So we initiate that we are not the ones who is their guru. Prabhupada is their guru. The guru is supposed to absorb the previous sinful reactions of the disciple. They don't want to take that responsibility. They want to give that responsibility to Srila Prabhupada.
I see.
They initiate and give that you, Prabhupada, you absorb the karma. Only you is qualified to absorb the karma. So that marginal propensity to ignore responsibility is manifested in that. Okay, and if that happens, if that is allowed to happen, everything starts going down.
You see, in Chopati, I used to wonder, Goranga Prabhu and co. This is some of the reason why the spiritual master Radhana Swami is not encouraging them to take sanyaso. They are all long due there.
Yes, he's very careful so that
it's so much.
Yes. And also, again, when that happens, if that is allowed to happen, that we are saying technically that Srila Prabhupada could not make a pure devotee. Srila Prabhupada could not make a pure devotee, so that all those who directly associated with him could not become pure devotees. There are not pure devotees among them. So, if you say that, what is the guarantee that anybody else can become pure devotees? Because if the direct disciple cannot become pure devotees, these disciples or those disciples that will become pure devotees, we are directly saying that ISKCON cannot make pure devotees. This defeats the point of prophylactism, that Krishna is prophylactic, pure, and whatever it touches become pure.
Yes.
Then when that thing becomes pure, when whatever that thing touches also become pure. So by making pure devotees, those pure devotees are invested with the potency to make pure devotees, and those pure devotees make pure devotees, and continuously pure devotees are made. So if you remove that principle, before you realize, they'll be full of people who are not ready to take responsibility, who will be thinking themselves to be what they are not, and Prabhupada cannot make pure devotees. There is no pure devotees, therefore no one can be good. So the presence of living gurus, is very, very important, because that defeats the ritual philosophy, initiation by proxy. That defeats the ritual philosophy seriously, that these are pure devotees. If you look around in ISKCON, they are pure devotees, and these pure devotees are following standard. Why? They are protected by the structure that Srila Prabhupada gave. GBC as the highest body, Sanya Guru Ministry under GBC, Sanya Ministry under GBC, on and on like this. It is arranged. So once you are within the structure protects you as you protect the structure. So this is the principle. Okay, time is going against us, and let us go a little bit faster. Okay, so we say let us discuss okay. Can we discuss the peculiarity of ISKCON? What do we have in ISKCON that is unique to us, that cannot be found in any other organization? And we said, yes, there are varieties of devotees from diversified backgrounds working together. That means there is a principle of unity in diversity. Prasadam is also unique. Founder Acharya as La Prabhupada is always unique, also unique. Where others failed, he succeeded. And he was able to transmute or translate, I am not this body, I'm a spirit soul, into his practical equivalent. That means service to Krishna. And he was able to provide the service exemplified and guide people. And by doing those services, people will become purified, and they are there till tomorrow. And this is unique to ISKCON. And our philosophy is very sound. Then supportive culture, so systematically presented in the form of Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. The science of relationship, then the process, then the goal, systematically presented. And it's a very unique system, because we can chant our way back to Godhead. We can eat our way back to Godhead. Eating prasadam, we are going back to Godhead. And the preaching activities are also very, very unique. ISKCON is a preaching movement. All our centers are educational centers. They are not ritualistic centers, as we find in Hinduism and other movements. Our centers are educational centers. Then there is a marriage between Eastern culture and Western technology. Eastern culture as in the Vedic culture, and Western technology as in the use of modern gadgets. So Krishna consciousness is able to master the principle of utility to the extent that we are able to use modern facilities to promote Vedic culture. So there is a marriage between modernity and antiquity, perfect marriage between modernity and antiquity. And this is unique in ISKCON, so that we are producing sages, sadhus, modern sadhus. Scientists are becoming sadhus. Lawyers are becoming sadhus. Engineers are becoming sadhus. Under ISKCON, these are modern sadhus. Laptop using sadhus. Which you can hardly find in Hinduism or other places. Laptop using sadhus, modern sadhus. No, when I say ancient medicine for modern man, we have modern sadhus. And ISKCON is producing all that by the principle of utility. Pure marriage between modernity and antiquity. Okay, so that principle of Yukta Vairagya is unique to ISKCON. Then our deity worship is very outstanding. Then high discipline without salary. Voluntary service with high level of discipline. Chanting, dancing, feasting, our yatras are unique, cleanliness level is unique. Our temples are educational centers, beautiful system to shelter people, and proper Sambandha Vidya Prayojan. Okay. So having said that, we said yes, that it is not to say that previous acharyas are lower, but it is to say that we receive knowledge through their knowledge through the Prabhupada. That's why we put Prabhupada first. And it is better for us to remain united than to go individual, because if we remain united, we'll be able to do better and we achieve more things on behalf of the movement. Our mission will become more glorious, and we'll be able to preserve the legacy inherited from Srila Prabhupada. So let us stay together in Krishna consciousness, promote the legacy we inherited, because this uniqueness of this movement is outstanding, and we have to preserve that legacy for others. So let all remain as Prabhupada Anungas, followers of Srila Prabhupada. By doing that, we are saying that it is like a machine, a gun. ISKCON is a gun, and individuality is like the bullet. The individual devotees are the bullet. So if we go individual, the bullet on its own cannot do anything unless it's inside the gun. Now, if the bullet is inside the gun of ISKCON, then we can shoot our targets and get the target. So it is better for us to remain in ISKCON so that we become useful bullets in the service of mankind. And okay, we will not do so much presenting the gurus. Let us leave that one. There are some inappropriate ways of inappropriate ways of presenting our gurus, and what are some possible consequences. And we said conflicts if we misrepresent our guru or mispresent our gurus, highlighting our gurus over Srila Prabhupada, we are fanning the fire of conflicts. And if that happens, the position of Srila Prabhupada will not be sufficiently established in new devotees. That all new devotees must know that Srila Prabhupada is a preeminent Siksha Guru and is the founder Acharya. And if that is established, then every new devotee coming will know that. And therefore, we have to highlight this or to promote this. Let Srila Prabhupada's name, full name, be in all our documents, major documents, all our buildings, all our projects, newsletters, or letterheads, our internet websites. All Srila Prabhupada should be written, founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Okay? And if we don't highlight this, there will be internal disturbances. And before you realize individualism, gurus should be taking their set of disciples, going to form different things. Then there will be canvassing for disciples. If we don't highlight the position of Srila Prabhupada, gurus will begin to canvass for disciples. And disciples of gurus should be canvassing for disciples for gurus. That should not be. Because to take a guru, it should come from the individual person. Then we misrepresent our gurus. And our gurus themselves will not be happy if we inappropriately present them. If we impose our guru on others, that will create more chaos in a multi-guru environment. We may lead to blackmailing, and we may even lead to manipulating management to be giving position to their god brothers and neglecting all others, and all that. So please, we should read the additional notes We should not misrepresent or mispresent our gurus. We should highlight the position of Srila Prabhupada over our gurus. And we should do things the right way to keep ISKCON continuous. This is the last lesson summary. ISKCON Disciple Course, relationship within ISKCON. Okay, discrimination on the basis of guru, developing cooperative relationships. Those are the topics I will say. Okay. We will not say nobody, we have experienced misrepresentations in different ways, that the guru will not endorse misrepresentative approach. Nevertheless, a mature devotee will not be disturbed if discriminated against. That even though this discrimination is there on one side, on the other hand, if you are matured, even if they try to discriminate you, you will not be disturbed because you are not on the same platform. If you are actually advanced, no discrimination should disturb you. I will give the example of His Holiness Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj. When he joined the ashram, some disciples were discriminating him, and he went to Prabhupada. Says, Prabhupada, these devotees are discriminating like this, like this. So the Prabhupada look at him, says, so are you disturbed by that? If they are on the bodily platform and they are discriminating on the bodily platform, if you are also disturbed by that discrimination, then what is the difference? So immediately you come to realize this. Then henceforth, no complaint again. No. One person is discriminating. If you're actually higher, then you just absorb your behavior will prove him wrong. We are not this body, we are spirit, so that's our philosophy after all. So developing cooperative relationship. What will ISKCON look like if we cooperate? If we all cooperate and work together, what will ISKCON look like in the future? So this is going to be the concluding aspect of it. Preaching will be effective. More devotees, happy devotees. We will become a powerful united force on the planet. ISKCON will become, as the Prabhupada expected, a house in which the whole world can live. That's if we work cooperatively with the understanding, with the focus, as the Prabhupada is our founder Acharya, and we want to please him, is our preeminence, is our good. Then we realize it. This Prabhupada built a house in which the whole world can live. ISKCON will remain united, and nothing will obstruct ISKCON. ISKCON will remain united. ISKCON will thrive from generation to generation. ISKCON will stand united. And there are some quotes there in the student handbook to read them. So the Prabhupada used the word cooperate. He didn't say love or other words. He said, you show your love for me by how much you cooperate, or your love for me will be shown by how much you cooperate when I have left. So by that, we explain that the Prabhupada recognized the individuality of devotees, but he expected us to cooperate despite our individuality. And let there be unity. There is unity in diversity. Also, there is diversity in unity. Even though we are all united in service to Krishna, we all have our individuality. Therefore, we have our unique abilities, and we should learn the art and science of employing our unique abilities in the service of Krishna. That is diversity in individuality. So how do we go ahead henceforth if we come across conflicts? If that is the case, having had the proper conclusion, your love for me will be shown by how much you cooperate together after I have left. Having had that, how do we go ahead? What will you do differently when we come across conflicts? And we are saying that we clarify the needs and value. We need to develop common vision, emphasize on the common vision of ISKCON purposes, as in ISKCON purposes, spelled out by Srila Prabhupada. Okay. And also we should learn how to forgive and forget. We should bring Srila Prabhupada interest in the forefront. We can handle conflicts in private and not in public. We need to be exemplary and commit to Srila Prabhupada's vision and mission. We should know the art of communication. Let there be mutual respect, understanding, and the common benefits. Let us always remember that. Mutual respect, then we should have understanding, and also the common benefit that we are working for. The pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. Okay? Then unconditional service towards each other. And do not hate anyone, don't hate a Vaishnava. It should be goal-based, mutual sharing, mutual caring, and offering. What can we do to increase cooperation or harmony in the multi-guru environment? We should attend the Vyasa Puja of all gurus. We should hear the glories of gurus and meditate upon them. Other gurus, as we will do to our guru, we should hear the glories of other gurus, their activities. Then we should meditate on them and we should appreciate all other gurus positively. Then all guru disciples should have equal opportunities of power, resources, equal opportunities of power, resources. Don't discriminate and give all the important services to only your own guru disciples. Be liberal. Then all these gurus may come together and give initiation. Maybe there could be some program whereby different gurus are giving initiation simultaneously. So that let it sink deep that all gurus are one. They are one in the pursuing Srila Prabhupada's mission. They are one in carrying out the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. They are all representing Srila Prabhupada and the Parampara. So let us see that, and that is maturity. We provide facility for celebrating all gurus Vyasa Pujas. So in this way, we can promote the oneness of guruship. Oh, it's not Father Charles Nahesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. So we want to thank you once again. We appreciate your commitment. We appreciate your patience. We appreciate your time. And we appreciate everything you contributed to making this program a success. So on this note, we come to a close. May Guru and Krishna continue to guide and bless you so that when you take your initiation, you'll be more exemplary than ever before. And your Guru will be proud of you in the end. And ISKCON as a whole will be proud of you as a shining example of a mature devotee who always consider the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada above its individual interests. So on this note, we thank you very much once again. And his co-founder, Charles A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
This course, how do you see this course? One word from those who are still present. Just why do you think this course? Why do you think this course should be taught to every devotee?
Prabhu is very good and very educative, and we have really learned a lot, and we are still learning. So it's very educative. It's very nice.
Thank you very much. Dr. Joshua Amezuwe, what is your take home of this course? And why do you think we should continue to do ISKCON Disciple Course? Are you there, Dr. Joshua? Okay, Dr. Felix. Why do you think ISKCON Disciple Course is important? Dr. Felix, you are there? Say something.
Yes, I guess I will.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, I said the course is very good. On our path, the road to Krishna. But in fact, I must say a sincere thing that looking at all that we have learned, if we are to follow it straightly, I think one has to stop everything that you are doing and just serve Krishna alone. Forget about material things, forget about even any life or anything that you want to do. Because from what I have been realizing from the teachings and since we started, I have seen that, sincerely speaking, if you are ready to take initiation, that means you must forget about everything material or everything about your self-interest and just surrender to Krishna and follow Krishna and ignore everything. That is how I see it.
So, you have
That
to
is
take
how,
serious.
that is how I see it. Though we are living
You will leave your wife and children.
in fact, when you look at it very well, even you see, talking about a wife and children, even you have a wife, if it is not because of having children, you can't even have sex if you want to follow strictly.
Yeah, sure.
You can't enjoy anything material, anything, nothing on it. It proves to me that there is nothing in this material world is useful. All of them are useless. Because if you want to follow strictly to what we have learned and what we have read, because I've been thinking deeper in these things. That means whether you are rich or poor, whatever you have, property, whatever, you must reject everything and get go solely to Krishna.
That's wonderful. That's
Yes,
wonderful.
yes. So to enter and take initiation, I think one must make a bold decision. It's not just a soft decision, it's a bold decision.
Bold decision. Oh, that's
Yes.
wonderful. But I think you should give attention to the principle of Yukta Vairagya. Because actually everything belongs to Krishna. So if you learn the art and science of engaging everything in the service of Krishna, you are there already. Huh?
Yes.
If you learn the
Yes.
art and science of engaging everything in the service of Krishna, then this material world is not a material world again. It is spiritual world. You see? This material world stops being a material world. You see, it becomes part of the spiritual world. So for that, you don't need to renounce everything because you don't have everything. Instead, you should learn how to engage everything in the service of Krishna. That is the recommendation. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Rather than renouncing everything, since you don't have anything, everything belongs to Krishna, you should better learn the art and science of engaging everything in the service of Krishna. Then perfection is achieved. Here, this material world becomes part of the spiritual world. One who sees everything in relationship to Krishna and who learn the art and science of engaging everything in this material world in Krishna service, it becomes, this material world will transform into the spiritual world. So that should be the vision. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Learn the art and science of engaging everything in the service of Krishna. Then this material world automatically becomes part of the spiritual world. That is the formula. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Aribo? Aribo?
Hare Krishna.
Is
Hare Krishna.
that okay? If it is not
Yes,
okay,
Prabhu.
huh?
Yes, it's okay.
It's okay. You should just learn the science of engaging everything in the service of Krishna. Then the material world is actually not material world. It is the spiritual world. Okay? If you have this understanding, everything comes from Krishna, including you and whatever you are seeing in existence, then you better just learn this art and science of engaging everything in Krishna's service. That is why Lord Chaitanya propagated the principle of Nirvanda Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate. Yukta Vairagyam. That is the science. Engaging everything in the service of Krishna. Then the material world becomes the spiritual world. So that is what you learn. Okay. Isa Priya Devidasi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, why do you think we should continue to do this ISKCON Disciple Course?
The class is very enlightening and educative because we think we know everything, but then like we do not actually know everything. It refreshed my mind like with some of the old stuff that I already know, and I also like learned a lot of new stuff with it.
So thank you very much.
So yeah, it would be good if everybody participated in the disciple course.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Bo. Thank you. We are happy that all of you participated very nicely. And so which date should we fix for the exam now? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. But Kwame, no. Okay, Kwame has gone. What date are we fixing for the exam, Dr. Felix? And Dr. Richard, Dr. Joshua, and Mr. Davidas.
I thought you said Saturday. Oh,
Next week, Saturday.
Yes, yes.
yes.
I thought yes, last time we were.
Next week, Saturday, is it okay for everybody?
Yes, please.
Yes, Prabhu.
It's okay.
What time?
Can it be the normal, like regular time when we have classes or?
Okay, that is also good. Others, are you in support of that?
Yes,
So we
yes.
do the exams this same time, 6:30. Huh?
Okay, Prabhu.
6:30. Agreed. But
Thank you,
Felix,
sir.
do you agree with 6:30?
Yes,
Will you-
yes, Prabhu.
Will you not be driving to some funeral somewhere or coming from some funeral?
I will suspend everything for that Saturday, for Saturday.
Very good. So thank you very much. It is already concluded. It's already concluded that we are having our exams next week, Saturday. Thank you very much. See you then. All the best of luck. As I said, I'm going to set some questions from my classes too, in addition to the general questions. Thank you.
Thank you too, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bo. Hey, little baby. Little baby from Felix Bhakta. Hare Krishna. He will not renounce you, okay? He will make you a devotee and engage you in devotional service, okay? He will arrange prasadam for
Prabhu,
you.
please, next week, are you going to have classes again? We
Eh?
continue with the next week.
No, no more lesson until Saturday. We write the exams.
Okay.
We've done the
Okay.
revision. So you are
We
free.
revise on our own.
You are free until exam. You can revise on your own. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. We appreciate Jai Slaprabhupada Ki Jai. Good about
Jai.